It is now game number 2 in this best of 3. Let's see if we can get the I think it is. There we go. So we're leading AIlin's FreePuddle, spawning up here in the top left-hand side as the green Zerg. And I just said his name, but I didn't really emphasize it, so I'm going to say it again. All Inspirations FreePuddle. And spawning down here in the bottom left-hand side is going to be the orange Zerg player, Guns and Roaches, Exothermic. So we saw last game some pretty back and forth play. We saw a lot of Zerglings, Banelings in the early game into Roaches and eventually into Spire battles where Exothermic had the lead, but unfortunately wasn't able to maintain it. Took a couple of bad engagements, made a few bad production cycle choices, and in the end ended up getting cleaned up by a Mutalisk and Zergling counterattack. So hopefully he can bring it back here and we'll go into game number 3. And let's see, we've got a spawning pool about to finish here for Exothermic. Spawning pool much later for FreePuddle, going for that quick expand to take that new gold base in Preon Terraces. And this is something that I think a lot of players haven't had a chance to experiment with. They haven't really tested the dynamics that this adds. This boosts your mineral income extremely quickly right away. So you get your builds are going to be a little bit different on this map. They're going to be a little bit more focused on your mineral intake than most games are. You're going to get that income up much quicker, so your tech won't necessarily be keeping up with your production as much as it does in on other maps. So we'll have to see where they go from here. Quick speed from Exothermic. He might be trying to end this a little bit quicker this time. I think last game he was behind when it came to speed. His speed was a little bit later, and that meant that he was at a he threw away basically a couple of links because he moved across the map with slow links. Speed links kicked in for FreePuddle and he was able to clean those up for free. So this time looks like Exothermic actually it looks like a little bit of a reverse from what we saw last game. Exothermic actually putting on a lot of pressure with some early links here, and his speed's going to finish up quicker. He's got a Baneling nest on the way, so he's just going to follow this up with a Baneling attack. Being forced to pull drones at this point in the game, not a good feeling at all. Exothermic microing a little bit there so that he can take out as many drones as he can. 3 drones taken out already, so that's going to put Exothermic at almost the tied position, and he got that little extra pressure in. And then we've got Banelings coming up here pretty quickly as well. The Baneling nest is going to finish up here in just a couple seconds. And we got more Zerglings streaming across the map here, and there we go. He's got Zerglings over there. FreePuddle going to try to push Exothermic out of his base right now, and there just aren't enough Zerglings for Exothermic to hold his own at this point. So he's going to have to back up, and there we go. Baneling's on the way, but FreePuddle's going to see it coming, so he's going to have a little bit of a chance to prepare for it. Queen coming down the ramp, and that's going to be her job to focus fire these Banelings. Not a lot of gas for Exothermic, so only 2 Banelings right now. That's not too hard for the Queen to hold. Zergling's going to run up the ramp there. Oh, and that's what the Zergling's going to try to focus down this Queen really quick, and there goes the Queen. Now the Baneling's coming out here. FreePuddle trying to split his lings as best he can. Big connections there, and that puts Exothermic with a heavy ling lead. And there we go, cleaning him up. Spinecrawler at the top of the ramp. The Zergling's going to run up and try to take out the Spinecrawler. Spinecrawlers do pretty well versus Zerglings, though, and it's going to hold its own for quite a while. Only 5 lings remaining. 8 lings about to pop for FreePuddle. So if he engages this Baneling properly, then he's going to be just fine. But more drones dying, and now Exothermic is at a lead in drones as well, so he's going to have the better econ, better army, and it looks like Exothermic really put on the pressure, and there goes the well played. Extremely quick game number 2. Well played by Exothermic there, just playing against his, playing a little bit meta there, doing a little bit more pressure for game number 2, and we're going to go into game number 3 here, the ace match, and see who takes home this point for their team in Chobo Team League.